Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was. And yes, what another beautiful day. I'll tell you what. Gotta get out there now before it's too late. Ah, hurry. No, gotta get out in nature now. You're not gonna be one of those ones that are gonna complain when it gets too cold, right? Ah, Starlight said to get out, but I didn't listen. I know, you didn't listen. Now it's cold and now you don't want to go outside. Ah, but anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving Starlight a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you can also you can also share my videos with your family, your friends, some butterflies, and a grasshopper. Yes, you could share my videos with a butterfly or grasshopper. Plus, you can check out my playlist, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So before I get going, also, if you want to send some extra love towards Starlight, you can, and that is on my Cash App, and I will have that available on here, so that way anyone that has Cash App, or if you don't have Cash App, you can easily upload that app on your phone, and so that way you can give extra love to Starlight, because she works so hard out here in the situation that I am in. Most of you might know that I live in my car, and I sacrificed everything to be where I am today, because this is where God has sent me. So anyway, also that you can also, I want to say, I'm so sorry, my mind, I got so many things going on here. Also, I want to say a big, huge thank you to all of you who have been here, watching my videos, liking my videos, leaving me a message on my YouTube channel, or even subscribing to my YouTube channel, or even sharing. So huge thank you to all of you for being there and loving and supporting me. Also, today, now this is a different video. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time. So just bear with me a little bit, because I'm not used to making these kind of videos, and I'm coming up with a fun video. I just went out and got something today to have a fun video with you, something that you can relax a little bit, have some fun, and so that will be coming up soon, and the library more than likely would be the best place to do that. So anyway, today's video is for people that want to go car camping, or even camping. This is really not meant for homeless people, because people that are living on the street, it's best to carry less. It's not really good to carry a lot of stuff with them, but they could do this if they get different things than what I have. So this is about how to take wrinkles out of your clothes for the most part. This doesn't work on all the kind of clothing. Other clothes are different, like sweaters would be totally different. How to take wrinkles out without an iron. And without spray starch. So Starlight, for the longest time, was using spray starch. Spray starch is awesome because it gives your clothes a beautiful smell, and it helps take out the wrinkles. So through that time of using spray starch, there's many times where, I needed money in the store to get the spray starch, and so Starlight would put it off, and eventually, I'm like, well, it's wet liquid, and why can't I just use water? So here we go. Starlight is gonna get everything situated here, and show you how. Now you're not going to really see me a whole lot on this video. I gotta actually move this chair and raise this up higher, so then you could see everything here. So Yeah, so here I am, and I actually got this shirt for free somewhere, and look at the pretty shirt. So this would be Starlight size, and so it's got lots of wrinkles on here. So Starlight is going to show you, this is what I do. You could do the same thing with spray starch if you have spray starch, is, you know, it will make your smell, your clothes. This is a clean shirt, so I don't have to like cover it up with any smell. But spray starch works excellent to do the same thing. But since I don't have spray starch, collars would be the worst for a shirt like this. And so as you see, there's a lot of wrinkles, and normally sleeves are the worst. You know, this shirt, would you believe I ironed this out in the parking lot? I didn't iron it, you know, imagine me just like ironing, you know, I got my iron board out there and I'm by my car now. Starlight, I say ironed it, but I got this was full of wrinkles. It was in my bag, and when this gets wrinkles, it gets wrinkles. So, and I love the shirts that are, you know, wrinkleless. You know, there's no, you know, you could put them in your backpack or whatever, and no matter what you do with them, no wrinkles. Wrinkle-free shirts. Yay, wrinkle-free shirts. So anyway, so this video, what I'm gonna do, just like if you're gonna iron it, is you wanna, now like when I'm outside in my car, I do this like this, but I don't even know if this is a man's shirt or not, but I never know. So yeah, so outside I would outside, like what I did when I did this is I just opened up my one door, like in my passenger door. It works out good because I have my big old bag, and that's where all my clothes is, so it's up high, and I can actually lay this on top of that bag and start spraying water on there. And days like this, it works out good. And you're just gonna, just like the spray starch, you're gonna do the same thing and spray it really good. And especially where the buttons, because sometimes it's where things get a little wrinkly. Sometimes you get, it's just best to work in sections. So if you don't have an iron, don't freak out, because Starlight doesn't like wrinkly clothes. Now, if I was outside, it's even better because the wind is going to be blowing, the sun is out there. So as I'm taking the wrinkles out, it can dry. But in here, this is, you know, room temperature in here. And all you do is you're going to take the shirt and just, now you do have to be careful with the buttons. You don't, you don't want to pull too hard, because it could, boop, there goes that button. And so like I said, you want to do it in sections, and you want to work your way on the bottom because that's where a lot of the wrinkles kind of hide. And like I said, you don't want to pull too tight, like on here and on this side here by the buttons. You're always going to hear that snapping noise, so it's kind of funny that it, and then lay it out. And the best way really to do this is to unbutton the shirt, and then that way you're not going to bust any buttons. But that looks really good. That looks really good, Starlight. Thank you. Somebody said that. Starlight, that looks really good. So, and then you just kind of look at it and see, okay, is there any spot that, like down here, needs a little bit extra water on there. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than walking around, you know, living in a car or even going camping with a wrinkly shirt. Who, you know, like, have you ever seen that out in public where you're walking and you see someone with a really wrinkled shirt? Don't you get like a weird feeling about that when you see somebody? It's like a, you know, a wrinkly shirt. It just isn't, you know, really attractive, you know, seeing somebody wearing a wrinkled shirt that didn't get ironed, or like this case sprayed with water. So this is just a empty window cleaner bottle, and you don't have to use something this big, but you can go like in a Dollar Tree or a Walmart and get a small little anything to spray water. And you could even have fun with it. You might even want to buy some scented stuff to put in your water where it can actually make your shirts smell good. And so this is how you kind of would do the sleeve, is you just keep on. Sometimes you need a little bit more water, and you don't want to, the part that you already got the wrinkles out, you don't want to. Now this has a little button here, so we're going to take this and unbutton it, because it's going to be hard to do that with that button in a way. The button's going to be in a way. So then you just spray in the spots that didn't get enough water, and then you're just going to do the same thing. You can pull it this way. Now that one's good. And like I said, you don't want to, you want to make sure you lay out the shirt really good, depending on what kind of shirt you have, because you know, you learn by experience, you know, by doing these things. It's like, oh yeah, now I'm actually adding more wrinkles to the part I already got the wrinkles out. And like I said, with taking wrinkles out, outside is awesome, because it's gonna already dry the shirt outside as you're doing it. And you want to hear that noise, but you don't want to over pull it, you know, and accidentally rip your shirt. You know, you wouldn't want to do that, right? So Starlight's gonna just get this over a little bit more. Oops, and you don't want to add any more wrinkles to the spot that you already there. And then, so Starlight is going to work on the collar, and that will be the worst part on a shirt like this, is the collar. So you're going to want to get the back side and the front side. And like if you like right now, if I had a hanger, which I don't, you know, I could have put this on a hanger and let it air dry. But now Starlight's going to flip it over. And so the front side is all ironed out with water. And you just want to, just like if you were going to iron it, you want to lay it out, make sure you get it all, and you don't want to wrinkle the other side up, so you want to make sure the other side is nice and flat, just like you see here. Pull on it, stretch it a little bit. You can feel the wrinkles on the other side as you straighten this up. And this is easier in here to do because I got a flat table to work on, but in a car, it's gonna, you know, be bumpy from the car, whatever you put it on, unless you have a flat surface. Alrighty, so, and like I said, the bottoms are the worst when it comes to this, because like this was already cleaned, and then you want to tighten it and make it snap sound. But you don't want to overdo it, guys. Don't overdo it with your stretching. Whoops, there's a rip in the shirt. There goes that shirt. So yeah, you want to tug on it, but don't overdo it. And it's best to do this with the buttons unbuttoned, just like when I'm doing this right now. I don't want to pull too hard on the back side, because it's going to pull the fabric on the front side where the buttons are, and you could pop a button. So you don't want to do that after all this work of getting all the wrinkles out. And since it's already got I already unbuttoned that button on the sleeve. I don't have to do that again. So now it's just to work on the sleeve and tug here, and you're going to feel the water kind of shooting up in the air when you do this. Sometimes you got little spots like this, you might need a little bit more. Of course, if you're car camping, it's not gonna, you're gonna be more concerned about it being, you know, ironed, but not that it's gonna be perfect, you know, so you only can do the best that you can do. And hey, if you were, you know, living in your car and you needed a job and you didn't have an iron, well, hey, this is what's going to help you to get that job, is because you don't want to go and apply for a job with a wrinkly shirt. It's not going to really get you the job, right? So this way you have no excuse why your clothes were wrinkly showing up at a job interview, and that and like, of course, when Starlight got done with her laundry, you know, the best thing to do, even when you're in your house, is to take care of the laundry right away, you know, when it comes out of the dryer, and, you know, hang them up and put them away right when they're still warm in the dryer. That way they have less wrinkles. But if you just let that clothes sit in the dryer for who knows how long, and then it's all cold, well, yeah, you're going to have a lot more, it's going to take you longer to iron those clothes because it's been sitting in there, and now you got extra wrinkles. So Starlight's got just a little bit more here. So right now it's like about 17 minutes to do this, but it wouldn't, because I'm making a video, it's going to take longer because I had to do the introduction. So let's see, flip it over, that out of the way. Look at that. So I'm going to show you, look at that. So, and I'll show you the sleeves. Look at that. And you always want to be careful because you don't want to add wrinkles. And all you got to do, look at how that worked out, and then show you the back side. Starlight's not going to show you the back side. So look at that. I'll just show you really close. So, and then the sleeves. So not too bad. There was a little bit there by the button area, but on that point is that you're going to more than likely might use that button, but this side looks really good. So, and like I said, when you're outside, it's going to dry, you know, you're going to get the front side all ironed up, you know, sprayed out or whatever. And by the time you get to the other side, the one side is already going to be drying because the heat and the weather outside, the sun, depending on where you are. But this won't take long for it to air dry, and it really sucks because I'm gonna fold this and put that back in my car. So that is how you can wrinkle take the wrinkles out of wrinkly clothes, especially for car camping or camping, you know, or even RVs. You know, this is great for people with RVs, car camping, or you're really out there camping, because it's still, even if you're out camping in the woods with a fire, it's still good to have your clothes not have a lot of wrinkles. And it wouldn't take that long. It's just that I had to do the introduction with the video, and, you know, so I would be a whole lot quicker, you know, because I've had a lot of practice doing that. I could spray it really quick, stretch it really quick, but I was doing it slow. So it wouldn't take that long to actually, you know, take the wrinkles out of your clothes. But I have to say, I've done that with shorts, even like pants like Starlight has got. You know, these actually I don't even have to worry about ironing these pants because they stretch. They I don't even have to worry about. They can look wrinkly before I put them on, and once I get into them, the wrinkles are wow magic. But so it's a different story if it's sweaters. If you have sweaters and having a hard time, like because I had to use a washcloth before taking wrinkles out, like getting a washcloth really wet and then just rubbing the wrinkles out of a sweater before. And it took some time, but it did actually work. It wasn't perfect. So sweaters are really different when it comes to this. But regular shirts, like that shirt had a lot of wrinkles. This shirt had a lot of wrinkles. So shirts like this, or even shorts, or even some pants, not blue jeans. You're gonna really need an iron for that, you know. So thinner clothing, you know, is the way to go to do this. So I really hope, you know, especially you guys and girls out there that might even be thinking about, hey, you know, rent is getting too much money, you know, things are getting tight. I'm working so hard. I don't even have a life to live, you know, at my job. And, you know, the way things are coming, you know, that could possibly happen in the United States with a digital ID, you know, things with the AI, you know, this would be a backup plan if, you know, you're a single person. It's hard for a single person to make it out there. There's people that are in relationships that they both work and they struggle. You know, so it is very tough for single people to make it out there to pay for everything. So you might consider later on down the road to, hey, you know, how can I make that happen? You know, like to live in, you know, some kind of vehicle and be able to have everything all set. You want to do your homework ahead of time. Otherwise, you'll learn it. You're going to learn it. Some people, I'm really good at figuring things out like this. That's why I made this video here to help you out. And I hope you get a lot of help from this video. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share this video with your family or friends. How about that guy or girl that has wrinkly clothes? Well, if you take care of your clothes in the first place, that would really help. But in my situation, you know, because people throw their clothes around, you know. So yeah, I'm in my car. My clothes are all folded in my bag, you know, but guess what? They get wrinkly sitting like that. So besides sharing my videos, you can check out my playlist, and you could find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all, and I hope you get a lot of help from this, and you have an amazing night. And you might want to think about that, you know, in the future, is to, you know, get a vehicle that you can live into and it has enough space where you can stretch your legs. That's what you want to think, because right now Starlight's got some feet problems because of this. So you definitely want to make sure you got enough leg space, you know, that way you don't have issues with your feet later on, because not having enough area, space for your body. Because I'm like 5'4", but guess what? The space that I'm in, it might be like 5'3", you know, or even it might be even 5'2", you know. I don't even know how wide my car is. So you want to think about that ahead of time, unless you're that guy or girl that just can sleep sitting up or whatever. I don't know if that's healthy for you either. So Starlight's not that girl. Starlight's got a layout, you know. So anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.